Yo, Callum here, and today's video is all about your weekly food shop. So just going to spend a couple of minutes talking about how I design my weekly food plan and how you can structure that, especially when you've got a full-time job, family, children, a partner, and you're thinking about your meals. So I kind of approach it from three key points of view, okay? I divide it into three categories. I do a Gousto or a HelloFresh, which we pre-order for 3 or 4 weeks in advance. Then we do a complimentary food shop at Aldi or Tesco's to buy top-ups, accessories, lunches, things that we don't get with Gousto. And then we have a bit more flexibility on the weekend. What we do with Gousto is we always order 4 meals, and there's only 2 of us who live together, myself and my partner. The reason why we order 4 meals is because I don't want to be cooking lunch the next day. I've got multiple businesses, I'm busy, I don't want to be doing that. Same with you guys, you've got children working full time, you don't want to be cooking lunches from scratch. So instead, we order Gousto, 4 meals for 4 people. We automatically have lunch for the next day without doing anything else. We don't have to do any extra prep, we just cook for 4, put 2 in Tupperwares or plates or bowls if we're staying in the house, whack them in the fridge, we're sorted. So that's Gousto sorted for 4 meals in the evening, 4 meals in lunches, and we usually do that Monday to Thursday. Then we'll do an Aldi or a Tesco shop to complement that, and we'll buy extra salads, things to snack on, more protein-based items to go in the fridge, things like cooked deli meats and things like that, just to like either bulk out the meals slightly or things to add to the week in terms of snacks. Sweet things, cans of fizzy drinks, low-calorie popcorn, and just general top-ups. Then on the weekend, we're typically a little bit more flexible with our nutrition. So that might involve me going out for dinner once a week or going out and ordering a takeaway. But we typically still try and have lunch and breakfast in the house with the food that we brought from Aldi or Tesco's that week, which are high protein, high fat, low carb. So that's another rule that I follow typically as well. With my breakfast and lunches, I go for lower carbohydrates, lower carb, higher protein, higher fat. The reason why I do that, and the reason why I think you should also try that, is because it gives you a much better and more stable blood sugar curve. When we're having high carb lunches, like a big bowl of pasta, I had that today because I was in a rush and I'm out of the house for 7 hours. I had a big spike of blood sugar, and then about 60 to 90 minutes after, I had a big slump, which meant I felt pretty shitty. I was driving and I could have pulled over and had a nap, which is why typically Monday to Friday lunches, when we're doing Gousto and stuff, we go for lower carb options, or we might double cook the meal, but then remove the carbs from the lunch. And that's what we typically do on the weekend as well. Higher fat, higher protein lunches and breakfast, or we might even skip a meal because I know I'm going to have a takeaway. I might go to the bakery and have something, or I might go for a Sunday lunch. So that's my overview of what I do. Obviously, it's going to be a bit more challenging if you've got children, but something that I would highly recommend with your kids, if they're going to get involved, is to try and give them a little bit of autonomy. Before I did this job, I was a teacher. Something that they always taught us when we were doing our teacher training was to give children autonomy and make them feel like it's their idea. So if they're not very good at eating, which I know most children aren't, or some children aren't, I know I wasn't when I was younger, you want to give them some choice. So let them choose a nice burger and chips from their Gousto menu, or make homemade pizzas with them on the weekend, or let them get involved with making spaghetti bolognese. Because a lot of children, a lot of kids will like to do that. They'll have enjoyment with that, especially if they have some buy-in in the whole eating process, the shopping process, and then making that meal. So that's another thing that I would recommend as much as possible. And then finally, if you have to eat different meals to your family, which I know sometimes you do because your kids might have chicken nuggets, your partner might be fussy, that's completely okay. Never cook just one meal. Always double cook your lunch and your dinner that night. So cook 2 portions. Imagine there was 2 of you and you're cooking for both of you that evening, and then straight away you've got the lunch the next day. Because my job is to help you save time whilst eating as healthy a diet as possible. By double cooking meals, that's going to massively help. Let me know if you've got any questions. Callum out.